So, Georgina and Rebecca, you're both from Newcastle University and study medicine.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
And curiously, you have both been on each other's expeditions.
Yeah.
So, who led the first one?
I led the first one.
And where did you go?
I went to the western side of Tanzania and studied urinary schistosomiasis in school children over there.
And why that particular tropical illness?
It's one of the neglected tropical diseases in Africa, and it's very, very easy to treat, and yet has a huge disease burden in the country. And we just thought if we could go and find out a little bit more about it, it'd help put a treatment programme in for the area.
And it's neglected because people in the West don't suffer from it, and so there's less investment in it.
Yeah, there's no reason for drug companies to develop it, and the infrastructure in the country is not there in order to distribute the medication effectively to those who are infected.
And so, what did you find, and how do you think your expedition is going to make a difference to that community?
We tested about 2,000 school children in 2 months we were there, and found an infection rate of about 14%, which is a lot more common than most diseases in the UK. We gave our data to an organisation called the Schistosomiasis Control Initiative, and they're hopefully using it to put it together with other data collected to develop a treatment programme for the area. It's already in place in the east of the country, and in the north of the country we're looking at extending it to the west.
And you say it's easily treated. How easily treated? Well,
Take a couple of tablets and that's it. And I mean, if you get reinfected you have to take them again, but there's no major morbidity associated with taking the tablets. It's literally just getting them to the people who are affected by the disease.
And how did you come up with the idea? I mean, there's thousands of diseases in the world, but where did that come
from? It was a bit of luck, really. We wanted to do something involving a tropical disease, but we didn't have any specific ideas, so we just emailed all the people who are in charge of the World Health Organisation's neglected diseases programmes, and we got an amazing contact, and he's helped us out so much, providing a lot of the information about the project.
And what do you think the future is for those people now that you've gone to do that study?
I think it's great. Like, I'm not sure it's directly related to our study in full, but they've mass treated the schools we were at now, and they've got the treatment programmes rolling out across the country because of the work of the Schistosomiasis Control Initiative in the area.
And it must be a great feeling for you to have taken part in that.
Yeah, it's one of the best things I've done. It's great.
Now, Rebecca, your work was on medicinal plants,
Yeah.
and you did this in association with Kew Gardens.
Yes, yeah.
So what's it like connecting an august body like that with a rural community in Peru?
Kew Gardens actually have quite a few conservation projects out in South America, and one of them is based in Peru where we went to, and it's a reforestation, sort of a habitat restoration type programme. And we're quite interested in medicinal plants, and feel the need to conserve these things, as well as sort of the indigenous knowledge was very important. And so we wanted to do something that would feed into a longer term project, so that it'd be sustainable and be ongoing, because conservation takes a long time. So we wanted to be able to feed into that. And when we found our contact in Kew Gardens, we thought it's perfect place to go study biodiversity, and it's perfect project to contribute to.
You've both come back here to explore, to share your knowledge. Did you come here before as delegates, before coming as speakers?
Yes. Yeah.
Very helpful.
And so it's interesting because you've gone all the way through from being sat in the audience to being on the stage. What do you think were the best things that you took away from Explore when you came as a delegate?
For me, it was mostly the sense you could do it, like actually put the expedition into practice, because it's kind of daunting when you start off, just the idea that you can actually put from start to finish.
And did it make you aware, Rebecca, of things that you wouldn't have otherwise perhaps thought about during a planning phase?
Definitely. I mean, just the sort of wealth of experience that you get from just meeting people here, and people have obviously been to places that you've been before or done similar things, and you can just learn so much from people. And that was just really helpful, because you think of all the basic things and what you want to do, and you're very focused on your own project, but having other people's feedback and information just expands your mind to other possibilities, other ways of doing things, and that's what we took away from Explore and really helped us with our expeditions.
Now I've got to ask you finally, it's unusual that you've both been expedition leaders on your two projects, but you've also both been team members on each other's trips, so you've both done both expeditions. So what's it like swapping roles between being a team member one year and an expedition leader the next, or the other way around?
I didn't find it that difficult. We didn't know each other before we started doing expeditions.
Wow.
One of our friends introduced us, and I asked Becky if she wanted to come to Tanzania, and she said yes.
I don't know who you are, but yes, that sounds like fun.
So that leading it was great, and we worked so well together the first time that basically I was quite happy to wingman for Becky when she was doing hers.
And would you go on each other's trips again?
Definitely.
Okay, so
quite
the
a lot of
friendship
time
has
together.
cemented rather than dissolved.
Yeah. Yes,
Well, that's
definitely.
wonderful. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of Explore.
Thanks very
Thanks a lot.
much.